Hello there, my name is Cademan. I'm the mastermind who is responsible for the cartoons that you might see on this YouTube channel. I am also someone who has spent a lot of time writing and working on many creative projects. Aside from just my animations. So today I want to talk to you about Neil Gaiman, creator of the Sandman comic book, Good Omens, American Gods, lots of other, um, lots of other sort of weird fantasy, lots of other sort of weird fantasy type stuff. Also, he wrote a couple episodes of my favorite show, Doctor Who. Now, with that being said, we've wasted enough time already. Let's get into what Neil Gaiman has for advice for people who are trying to get into writing. Engage.
What is your number one tip for an aspiring writer?
Finish things.
Yeah, get to work.
You know, that's got to be. I mean, write is only takes you.
Okay, right off the bat, finish things. Absolutely. The more you finish things, the more you know you can write, the more you'll be able to write more things. So even if you finish something and it's not as good as you want it to be, you can write draft number 2, you can smooth things out a bit, but what's important is that you're getting work done. Don't just give up halfway through the middle or anything like that. I think hold fast and just finish one story. Once you finish that one story, if it's, again, you can write a second draft. You can smooth things out. If it's bad to the point where it's not even worth rewriting a second draft, well, try and write another story, but yeah, I agree. You gotta try and finish stuff. That's with the Men with Umbrellas, the cartoon that I made. For those of you who may not know what I'm talking about when I say Men with Umbrellas, Men with Umbrellas is an anime cartoon that I made. But with that, I had to sort of compromise with myself between how good I wanted it to look and what I could actually get made in a timely manner, keeping in mind that I am working on this essentially by myself with doing all the writing and animation, only having other people pitch in to do voice acting. So so essentially I just couldn't make it look as good as I wanted it to, because I honestly just didn't have that kind of time. So sometimes you might have to do that. Sometimes you might have to be like, oh, it's not good enough. Okay, but you need to write something. So, write something that's not good enough. You can make it better later, or you can just leave it and say, you know what, it doesn't have to be good enough because, it's good enough. It doesn't have to be as good as I want it to be because it's good enough.
You so far finish things takes you most of the rest of the way. Write things people want to read. Write things you care about. Don't. I get puzzled and lost when people start asking me questions about what they should be writing for the market or whatever. There is no market. There's nobody in the whole world of marketing ever would have woken up one day and said, a series of unfortunate events is exactly what the world needs.
Yeah.
Writing things that you're passionate about is very important. Just earlier today, I recorded a video with Brandon Sanderson's advice And he said some of the same stuff where it's like you have taste and you have style and you have you have a certain way of thinking, you have a certain, there's things that you like, there's things that you don't like, there's your taste, your style, your aesthetic, all that. So I think just like think of how to lean into that and sort of think about what is my voice. Don't think about creating my voice because everyone has something of a voice. Just think about what is my voice and write things that make sense coming from your voice. And they make sense coming from your voice because they're things you would write about. Yeah, so with that being said, I will link the rest of this video in the comment section so you can watch the rest of it. They go on a little bit longer, so watch it, see what you think. And yeah, I hope that maybe this encourages you to do some writing because, I would like you to get something done and get something made, especially if it's something you think you could never get done and never get made. I I think you can if you want it done enough and if you're willing to put the work into finishing something. So, goodbye.